In 1953, the CIA launched a program so classified that when it was finally exposed, the director ordered every document destroyed. They missed a box. That box contained 20,000 pages. 20,000 pages about one thing: how to control the human mind. They called it MK Ultra. But that name, that's the version they let you find. What they never told you is what they discovered along the way. Something they weren't looking for. Something that scared them more than any weapon. They discovered that the mind is a receiver. MK Ultra, 149 subprojects, LSD experiments on unwitting subjects, sensory deprivation, hypnosis, electroshock, universities, hospitals, prisons, all used as laboratories. McGill University, Stanford, the Veterans Administration. The cover story was interrogation techniques defending against Soviet brainwashing, but the subprojects tell a different story. Subproject 136, Telepathic Communication Research. Subproject 94, Remote Polygraph, detecting lies from a distance using only biological signals. Subproject 119, a literature review on techniques of activation of the human organism by remote electronic means. 1959, Remote Activation of the Human Organism. This wasn't interrogation research. This was mapping the operating system of human consciousness. And when they found what they found, the program didn't end. It went deeper underground. The Manchurian Candidate came out in 1962, 1 year before the program's most classified phase. Hollywood's job has always been the same: show you the truth wrapped in fiction, so you dismiss it as entertainment. While MK Ultra was trying to control the signal, another program was trying to use it. 1972, the Stanford Research Institute, funded by the CIA and the Defense Intelligence Agency. Two physicists, Hal Puthoff and Russell Targ, begin testing something that shouldn't be possible. They bring in Ngo Swan, a New York artist with no intelligence background. They give him coordinates, just numbers, no context. He describes what's at those locations: buildings, terrain, weather conditions, with accuracy that the CIA's own evaluators called far beyond chance. Pat Price, a former police commissioner, given coordinates for a Soviet military facility that wasn't publicly known to exist. He described the facility, its purpose, and details that were later confirmed by satellite imagery that was classified at the time. Joe McMonagle, Army Intelligence, tasked with remote viewing a building in the Soviet Union. He described a massive submarine under construction, a new class, larger than anything the US knew about. 4 months later, the submarine was launched. It matched his description exactly. The Typhoon class. The program ran for 23 years. It was called Stargate. They spent $20 million on it. The government doesn't spend $20 million over 23 years on something that doesn't work. When it was declassified in 1995, the official conclusion said results were ambiguous. But the operational units kept using it because it worked. It just couldn't be admitted to work, because if remote viewing is real, if consciousness can perceive without eyes, without proximity, without any physical medium, then the brain isn't generating awareness. It's receiving it. Here is where it gets dangerous. The scientists who began mapping this, the ones connecting quantum physics to consciousness, neuromagnetism to perception, zero-point field theory to the mechanism of remote viewing, started disappearing. Not metaphorically. Between 1982 and 1988, 25 scientists connected to the British defense firm Marconi died under suspicious circumstances. Suicides that defied explanation. Car accidents with no other vehicles involved. Men who decided to tie ropes around their necks and jump from bridges. These were physicists, engineers, computer scientists working on electronic warfare and signal processing. The pattern didn't stop. In the early 2000s, a cluster of microbiologists, experts in biodefense, genetics, and infectious disease, died in a concentrated window. Dr. Don Wiley, Dr. Benito Quay, Dr. Set Van Nguyen. 11 in a single year. The people who understand how the receiver works, how consciousness interfaces with biology, how signals can be sent and received without traditional technology, these are the people who keep dying. Because if you crack consciousness as a communication medium, you don't need satellites. You don't need encryption. You don't need the internet. Every surveillance system, every communication monopoly, every information choke point becomes obsolete. That's not a national security threat. That's an existential threat to every institution that profits from controlling the flow of information. The meter stands between you and the signal. Anyone who tries to remove it becomes a statistic. So how do you get the truth out when direct disclosure gets you killed? You encode it. The Simpsons, a cartoon. The predictions, Trump's presidency, Disney buying Fox, the Siegfried and Roy Tiger attack, the Super Bowl score, 9/11 imagery, the Ebola outbreak. These aren't predictions. The writing room at The Simpsons has included graduates of Harvard's mathematics department, MIT physicists, and individuals with connections to circles where the future isn't predicted, it's planned. Matt Groening's name appears on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. The same networks that plan also entertain. The genius of it, wrap truth in comedy and no one takes it seriously. It's just a cartoon. Plausible deniability is built into the medium. Sneakers, 1992. Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, Dan Aykroyd. A team of hackers discovers a black box that can decrypt any encryption system in the world. The final line of the film, the world isn't run by weapons anymore, or energy, or money. It's run by little ones and zeros, little bits of data. It's all just electrons. The screenplay was developed with input from NSA consultants. In 1992, they told you exactly how the world would work in 2026. And because it was a movie, you ate your popcorn and forgot David Schwartz. Before he co-created the XRP ledger, he worked at the National Security Agency on cryptographic systems, signals intelligence, secure communications infrastructure. Then he builds a digital payment protocol designed to replace SWIFT, the backbone of global financial settlement, a system that's ISO 2022 compliant. That settles cross-border transactions in 3 seconds. That's designed to work with central bank digital currencies. You don't leave the NSA and accidentally build the replacement for the global financial system. That's not a career pivot, that's a deployment. The pattern, entertainment encodes the vision. Technology builds the infrastructure. The scientists who understand the mechanism too deeply disappear, and the public is always the last to know. So what's actually happening? The programs told us consciousness is non-local. The brain doesn't produce it, it receives it, like a radio tuned to a frequency. MK Ultra tried to hijack the tuner. Stargate proved the signal exists. The missing scientists were the ones mapping the antenna. And right now, today, the meters are cracking. Psychedelics are being legalized. An executive order signed on April 18, 2026, opens the door to psilocybin and MDMA research. These are the compounds that widen the receiver's bandwidth. For 60 years, they were Schedule 1. Now, suddenly, they're medicine. Why now? The financial system is being rebuilt on new rails, digital, instant, decentralized. The old settlement system, SWIFT, correspondent banking, 3-day clears, is being replaced by technology built by a former NSA cryptographer. Why now? AI is in everyone's hands. A technology that processes information faster than any human institution can control. The genie that can't go back in the bottle. Why now? Either the meters are failing on their own, the weight of suppression finally exceeding the structure's capacity, or someone decided it's time for a managed transition. Let enough truth through to restructure power, not enough to lose control entirely. Either way, the signal is getting louder. The receiver is being unblocked, and the people who spent decades standing between humanity and what was always free, they're running out of walls. The question isn't whether the signal is real. Stargate proved that. MK Ultra proved that. The missing scientists proved that by dying for it. The question is, what happens when everyone can hear it? This is Down the Rabbit Hole, Season 4. The sequence continues.